Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is 20 to 10 in the morning. I'm just about to hop in the shower, but I decided I'd record a quick little video just to give, well, quick little, I'm talking, it's never going to be quick, but I just thought I'd give you an update to what's been going on, or what is going on. Last night you would have seen myself and my mum came up for Christmas, collecting my mum. Kerry's meant to be coming up on Wednesday. Hayley was meant to be going to Dundalk on Thursday, and I was collecting Hayley from Dundalk on Thursday afternoon. She was hoping to leave there about 11, 12. She's coming down, her friend's driving down. Fine, grand. So myself and my mum today were meant to be going out and doing some Christmas shopping. Mama's done no Christmas shopping. So we were meant to be going out today. We were meant to be doing some Christmas shopping, wrapping gifts, and just getting the house generally ready for the girls coming up on Wednesday, Thursday. And we sort of be fairly organised, all the gifts be wrapped, everything be done. And then we could just arse around with the girls, Carl, the dog, everything, you know, as you do. And my cleaner was meant to be coming in on Thursday to give a final deep clean through the house. Fine, grand. Best laid plans. You all know this is my life. As I said, I plan. Things very generally do not go to plan. But I would wholeheartedly say I am a planner. I will get the plans done. But I have come to the realisation that, yes, my plans will get done. Never in the order I think they're going to get done, and never in the way I think they're going to get done. So, last night we arrived home. We got home here about 7:30. Carl was down. We were emptying the car. Grandma had brought up loads of treats with her, and she was sitting down with, like, getting organised with Carl, and they were making tea, and next thing my mum's phone rang. Fine, great. Thinking it was one of her family, we just didn't pay much. And next thing I heard her on the phone going, "And when do I have to be in hospital?" Now, I don't know about you, they are the worst words I wanted to hear coming out of anybody's mouth, especially my mother's, and especially Christmas week. So, for those of you who don't know, bit of a backstory to this. Back in September, my mum had a fall coming out of the doctor's surgery. The doctor's surgery is quite a slope down, and she was walking down there, and lucky enough, she always holds on to, there's like a rail you can hold on to go down. She holds on to the rail, as you do. Now, it wasn't frosty, anything like that, but it had been quite windy, and an awful lot of leaves had come off the trees. And I think it was damp or wet, I'm not sure. As I said, it was back, I think, around the 29th of September. I will actually link the video that I did with the unexpected trip to my mum's, because at that time I was moving Kerry down to, no, Kerry hadn't moved, she had moved to Galway. I'd moved Hayley up to Letterkenny. I was getting Carl organised here with his homeschooling. All this, it was quite a busy time. And then I get a phone call off my mum to say she'd had a fall coming out of the doctor's surgery. She'd stood on, obviously, some wet leaves, and she'd yeeted. So, and she was telling me, no, I'm fine, I'm grand. And I knew part of it was shock, because when I'd spoke to her later on the phone after, in that evening, she couldn't remember that she says to me, "How did you know I fell?" And I was going, "You rang me and told me." But obviously that was shock. She just had forgotten. So, that was grand. She was down there. She was doing okay. I'd gone down to see her. She seemed to be doing fine. Her leg was a bit sore, but she had gone to the doctor, because I was giving out and I was saying, you know, to the doctor not to strap your leg if your leg is still sore, blah, blah, blah. So I think to keep me quiet, if nothing else, because I can be a bit like a dog with a bone when you can ask any of the girls. Carl, not so much, because he's here living with me. He just does. But with the girls, if I know something's done, I do tend to go on about it till it's done. So I think just to shut me up, my mother went to the doctor. And the doctor was sort of very dismissive over, sort of going, "Oh, well, it's your age. You're going to take longer. You know, if you've strained your knee, even if you were a footballer, it would take 6 weeks to heal. So, you know, you're not a footballer." And in a roundabout way, they were saying, "Look, you're old, so you're going to take longer to heal," which is fine. I get that. You know, I have no problem with that. But then Kerry rang me to say that she couldn't drive. And I think that's when I had to go down to Galway, when she asked Kerry to drive the car. I went down to Galway, had a look at her leg, we got her a crutch, we got her a bandage to put on it, and that was fine. She seemed to be doing okay. As I said, she's walking around. I knew something was up when she didn't want to go into work because she didn't want to stand on her leg for too long. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it was niggling at her, and I was saying, okay, well, maybe it's ligament damage or tendon damage. I've suffered since I was 14 with a dislocation of my knee. Happens periodically. So I know how sore it can be, and I know how long a knee can take to heal. I mean, I've had countless operations on it, and it still dislocates. It still is there. So, I mean, I was sort of saying, yeah, knees are delicate. I mean, I remember being 16 and in cast from my ankle to my thigh for, I think it was 16 weeks I had to be after one operation. So, I mean, I know it's not a quick process healing a knee. So I was sort of going, yeah, okay. And because she was up and sort of walking around on it, and she wasn't doing great walks, but she wasn't limping it too bad. And she was using the crutch and maybe the walking stick when she went out. But she's a very proud woman. She didn't want to be on a walking stick. So anyway, like she'd go in and do the weekly shop, but she was holding onto the trolley. She would go in and do the hairdressers where she was sitting down. So she wasn't doing a whole lot of walking. And this I sort of only sort of start dawning on me that she wasn't doing anything that involved sort of walking. Sorry, I have to get into the shower and wash my hair. So that was grand. So she went into the doctor a couple of weeks after that then again, maybe October time, and was like, look, my leg is still painful. And they were like, maybe it's slightly twisted, but, again, it's a knee, it's a major joint, it'll take a while. So they were, and because she was walking, she could walk on it, they were sort of nearly dismissing it, I think, is the feeling I got off my mum when she was telling me. So then, before I went down to collect her, she had mentioned a couple of times that during the night she kept waking up, and I was going, why are you waking up during the night? It's not normal for her to wake up during the night. So she was saying that in the night when she's in bed and she stretches out her leg, turns over, stretches out your leg as you do, and you do this, she says, it's like as if her bones are pulling apart. She said, and the pain wakes her up. And then when she's awake, she can't go back to sleep because of the pain in her leg. And she's getting up, she's having a cup of tea. Then eventually she's going back to bed, but she's getting very broken sleep. So she's very tired. And of course, you're very tired. It doesn't make you, if anything, it exasperates the pain. If nothing else, it exasperates the pain because you're tired and your body is not able to be tired and putting up with pain. So anyway, long story short, I was going down, obviously, to collect her now for Christmas. She was still complaining about the leg, on and off, not as much, but she was like, I'm still waking up during the night. And because I was going down to stay with her for a few days, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 3 nights, I was going to go down and stay with her. She obviously knew that I'd know that she was up during the night in pain. So before I went down, she decided she'd go to the doctor. Final attempt, go, look, this is ridiculous. It's 3 months later and I'm still in pain. I'm still waking up during the night in pain. And she said, I'm going to ask them for an MRI or I'm going to ask them for an X-ray. Just rule out something. So when she did go into her doctor, the doctor says, maybe your knee is slightly twisted. But she said, I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go and we will get a MRI done. And we're going to send you private, get it done. Now, I have a big problem with this going on for so long. Okay, I'm not normally a negative Nancy, but I am actually really annoyed over this. She fell on doctor's grounds. Right, okay, she could have fallen anywhere. Irrelevant that she was on, it just happened that she was on doctor's grounds. 2 doctors came out and saw her, and the receptionist and the nurse. Right, fair enough. Sorry, my hair's in bits. I want to get in the shower. Now, considering the woman is 73, I know you won't mind me saying your age, ma'am. I do believe when there is a fall like that, I know they went through, I made sure there was no, shall we call them, obvious breaks where bones sticking out of skin. But I do think at 73, she should have been sent to the hospital just to get a check over, because she walloped off and it's a tarmac drive. So she went down with a bang. Now, maybe that's me just being the child and overreacting and going, you should have got my... I think they should have sent her for x-rays. I think at least the first time she went back to the doctor and said, I'm still in pain, they should have sent her for x-rays. But that's irrelevant. It didn't happen. So I went down on the Friday. to Mum's, just gone. You just haven't seen it. So on the Wednesday, she went in to Galway. The Thursday, she got her MRI, and she went home on the Thursday, and I came down the Friday. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the timeline straight. And she got her MRI done up in a private healthcare. The doctors paid for it, whatever. Fine, great, bully for them. So back to last night. So we were, as I said, we were coming down, we emptied the car, we were going through, Grandma had brought up bags of sweets, and as grandmas do when they come to visit. And of course, Carl being the only one here was the main receiver of said treats. So he was happy out. The dog was, she bought the dog a coat. Anyway, a jumper. Yeah, anyway. But her phone rang, as I said, her doctor was on. And they had just got the results of the MRI. And bearing in mind, we'd only arrived back last night. I have to be in Galway tomorrow with my mum again. So they said they got the results back of the MRI, and there was a fracture or a break in her knee, a knee bone. I presume it's not the patella, because I can't imagine you'd be able to walk with the patella broken. But there's a fracture in a bone in the knee. And she has to be at the fracture clinic at 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Tomorrow morning. Today is Wednesday. I don't know where I am. I know I'm a day out on the Vlogmas. So anyway, irrelevant and beside the point. I don't know where I am, so yeah. So it means today we have to go down to Galway again. I only came back. No, sorry. Tomorrow we have to go down to Galway. And we have to go to the place where she got the MRI done. Because when she was leaving, the doctor said to her, no, her own doctor, you have your disc with your scan? She said, no, I don't. I don't have my disc with my MRI on it. Well, why didn't you get it? Now, bearing in mind, he's talking to a 73-year-old woman who is in pain. It's also Christmas week. And if you don't tell her to ask for why would she think she needs to walk away with a disc with the MRI? So, long story short, tomorrow, we have to head down to Galway. Wednesday, we have to head down to Galway. Sorry, my days, I'm all over the camp. I haven't a clue where I am. We have to head down to the Leila clinic before they close at 5. So we have to be down there before 5 to collect a disc and a printout of the report. So on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, we can then bring her to the fracture clinic, and they have all the documents, and she's going to see Dr. Pizzity Pop. I don't know who he is. Some doctor. They actually frightened the life out of me because they said to me, are you the emergency contact for your mum? And I was like, obviously they gave her name. And I was like, yes. And they were like, oh, that's grand, we're just confirming the appointment. I was like, don't do that to me. Apart from the fact I knew she was upstairs asleep. It just frightened the crap out of me. Anyway. So that is what we're doing. So that is what's happened. And today we were meant to be shopping and wrapping presents and all. So what I'm actually doing is I'm actually packing the presents because I've had to book a hotel to go to tomorrow because I couldn't get down to Galway. Well, I could get down to Galway for 9 o'clock in the morning. But it means I'd have to leave here at 6:30. I'm sorry, I'm not dragging my mother out of bed at 6:30 in the morning. So we've booked a hotel. So we're going to stay overnight in a hotel. So I've said to Mum, what the hell do I do? Because it's not like it's just a week. It's Christmas week. We've all the presents to wrap, everything that needs to be done. So we've decided we're going to pack up the presents and bring them with us and wrap them in the hotel room while we're there. So that is what we're going to do. But we have to get to this clinic tomorrow before it shuts. So we've this stuff with us for Thursday morning. No, not Thursday. Yeah, Thursday morning. Whatever. Yeah, but I haven't a clue. So, yeah. Now, to throw other shit into the mix. Kerry, I was meant to be meeting Kerry's getting a bus up from Galway. She's doing her final exam on Wednesday. So we're actually going to probably cross on the bus. And I was meant to collect her from Dublin Airport. Now I had to ring her and I had to say to her, you need to book another bus from Dublin Airport up to the house, to the depot near the house, and get a taxi home. So she's doing all that. But I've had to run out today. I'll have to run out and get Carol a dinner, a ready-made dinner, and Kerry something to eat for when she comes in. Fine. Then I had to ring Hayley and say to Hayley, I know your friend is going to drop you to Dundalk, and I was meant to collect you from Dundalk. Is there any chance your friend would drop you down to Drogheda? Because I have, and explained to her the whole situation with my mum. And I said, look, tell your friend, because these are only kids. These are only 19-year-olds, like they're kids. I said, so tell your friend I will cover the petrol to bring you down, because they're all on grants and part-time jobs, and they haven't got the money for these extra. And it is 40 minutes down from Dundalk. So I was saying to Hayley, look, tell your friend I'll cover the petrol. Can she just get you home? And Hayley was like, yeah, that's no problem. I've just said it to her, because she was in her apartment. She said, yeah, I've just said it to her. She said, it's no problem. Don't be worrying. Don't be stressing. Don't be stressing. I actually reckon I couldn't get through life if I wasn't stressed. I just seem to be in a perpetual state of stress. And I think when I'm not stressed, I sleep. And then when I'm overstressed, I just don't function. Anyway, that is the saga. That is what's happening. So I've booked us into a hotel tomorrow night. We're going to stay there. It's quite near the hospital. And we are going to just wrap presents. I said to Mum, we'll wrap presents. We'll chill out. We'll get a nice meal. You know. And I know, and this is terrible. And my mum, she said to me last night, in a moment of, what would you say? Obviously she got the phone because she was in shock over it. She was like, I'm walking around with a broken bone in my leg. That's why I'm in pain. She was angry. And then she just turned around to me and she said, and this broke my heart. She said, I hate being a burden on someone. You're not a burden. You're my mum. You are my mum. And as long as there's breath in my bone, I will have your back. And I don't care. My kids don't care what has to be done. It'll be done. And you know that me and my kids, we have got your back, Mum. And I know you're watching this vlog and you are not a burden on anybody. And yeah, it's Christmas week. That just makes it a bit more exciting. I said to the kids, I said, I haven't even got in me turkey and ham. And even Carl said to me, he said, Mum, so what if we have to eat sausage rolls for Christmas dinner? It doesn't matter once Grandma is sorted. And that is the attitude we have. And I think I was laughing because I was saying to Carl, well, maybe Stephen's Day, which is Boxing Day, or the day after Christmas Day anyway. I said, maybe that'll be our Christmas Day and we'll go out to the shops and we'll buy turkey and ham. That'll be the day. If she's not up to doing anything, I'm not going to force her to do it. But so what if we have to eat a couple of chicken breasts defrosted out of the freezer and thrown together? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The kids will be home. I'll be home. We've all got presents. We've all got chocolate. We'll have a good time. We'll have the firelight and we'll have movies on. And it'll be, yeah, could timing be better? Shit, yeah, timing could be a lot better. There's also, I'm not going to say too much on this, but there is stuff that's going on in the background in my personal life, which my mum and the kids know about. And that has sort of drained a bit of spirit out of Christmas. But look, we'll get through that as well, you know, and we've all got each other's back and we'll be fine. I just want my mum's leg sorted. I'm pretty annoyed at the doctors on how dismissive they were because of her age. Now, it is worrying me here on her hand here, somewhere around here. She's constantly rubbing at it because it's constantly sore. And I'm thinking to myself, did you break something in your hand? You know, and she said, oh, it's not sore, but she's constantly at it because it's annoying her. It's sore. I know it's sore. So I might, while we're down there at the fracture clinic, I'm actually thinking I'm going to pipe up and say to the doctor, can you check her thumb, wrist, this area, wherever it is, because she's still complaining about pain and that. And I know she won't pipe up because she doesn't want to make a fuss. It's so near Christmas. She's worried about this because it's Christmas. Yeah, it's Christmas week. So what? So what? Let's get you fixed. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring us up to date that that's what's happening. That's why everything is going skewy with the Vlogmas. But I mean, you know, I made a good effort this year. I think we made a good effort. But yeah. So how are you guys all doing? Sorry, I'm sitting here with coffee. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I went downstairs and made a cappuccino for myself. Opened the curtain. It's actually a lovely, bright, sunny day. The sky is clear. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's birds flying around and a little bit chilly. But it's, yeah, yeah, it's a nice day. So tomorrow, hopefully the weather will keep good. We'll drive down to Galway. Bring us on the journey with us. Be a bit of fun. Poor Mammy sitting in the car. She's so funny though. She's like, I hate having to bring you down to Galway. And I thought, well, there's not much I can do. Like, we just got to get you fixed. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice, bright, sunny day. We can go down. And hopefully then, once we get to Galway, get this disc and the report. That gives us the afternoon free then. So we can go up, we'll wrap presents, put on a bit of Christmas music, you know, and then we go out for a nice dinner. So everything has its plus side. So actually spending quality time with my mum, me and her, nice dinner, wrapping gifts. Yeah, it's not ideal. The two boys will be home here. Kerry be home. Then Hayley be home Thursday. It's not ideal. The kids are here. We're down there. But you know what? It's very rare that I've actually had one-on-one time with my mum. I know circumstances could be different, but I think it'd be nice. It's what you make it, isn't it? So we'll just have to, maybe she'll bring a drop of Bailey's with her. Could have Bailey's coffee. I'm not a great lover of Bailey's, but don't mind a drop of it in my coffee now. I'd be a bit, you know, I wouldn't object too loudly. Maybe we do that. Right, guys, enough rambling about from me. I am sorry this has gone on so long. But I just wanted to bring us up to date because there was gaps and there was things happening. I went down to my mum's. It was actually funny because I went down to my mum. I slept 14 hours. And that's what she was laughing. She was like, you're a great one to come visit me. I was kind of, I'm sorry. But I think it is. And I don't care whatever age you are. When your mum's there, well, for me anyway, and I hope for my kids too, when your mum's there, little niggles and worries and stresses and stuff, it's okay because mum's here. It's just that attitude, isn't it, in your brain? You sort of go, yeah, I've all this going on and I'm stressed out over this. But it's okay because mum's here. And it's actually funny what's going on. And I said to mum, I was telling her it all and we were chatting about it. And her attitude is, well, what will be will be. It is what it is. We get through it. We got through worse. And I was going, true. And it's just that I could tell myself that a million times in the mirror. And it doesn't have the same impact as your mum saying, it's okay, we'll get through this. Because you know your mum's got your back. And it's like, yeah. And for me, personally, I can tell myself that 150 times a day. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll get through this, please God. Well, when I know my mum says it, it's sorted. We will get through it. Because either she'll drag me and I'll drag her, and we'll all drag each other through it, but we'll all get through it and we'll get through it together. So yeah, it's just funny. It's like as if it went down, Mum gave her little words of wisdom and I said, okay, thank you. And switch it over for 14 hours. It was funny. It was funny because she was like, Jesus, you're a great one for the visits. I was like, yeah, I know. Just let me sleep. Right, guys, I'm going to go. Sorry, rambling here. I could probably sit and talk to you all day because my brain, there's, 6 million, 10 million things going through my brain. But right now, the way I'm looking at it is we're going into Galway. I'm going to have a shower, obviously. Get the house tidied up to as much as I can. And tomorrow we head to Galway. And I have a lovely meal tomorrow night. Going to wrap presents. Chill out with my mum. And hopefully get her leg sorted. As I said, I think her hand too needs looking at. So I might say to the doctor, well, I will say to the doctor, there's no might about it. I'm going to say to the doctor in the fracture clinic and see if he can sort that out. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we will start the new year with my mother all welded back in one piece again. Not walking around with broken bones, and she's a disaster. And she has such a high tolerance of pain. This is the problem we have with my mum. My mum was in intensive care. I know she won't mind me saying this, years ago. I think I was either 10 or 13. I know it was a big birthday, so it was either turning 10 or I was turning into a teen. If you know, the two big birthdays. She bought me a red jumper with a zip. I love that jumper. Anyway, that's how I remember. I know it was a big birthday. And she had multiple clots in her ankle, both ankles. And the doctor said to her, you should not be upright from the pain you should be in. But again, she was walking around, she was doing her thing. So she does have a very high tolerance of pain. So does it surprise me that she's walking around with a broken bone? No. I just wish she was in, this sounds terrible and I don't mean it badly, I just wish she would have been in a bit more pain, because it probably would have got sorted sooner, if you know what I mean. Right, lads, I'm definitely going this time. I have to go get my share or won't start this day at all. Thank you, everybody, for your patience, your support, everything over Vlogmas and over through the whole year. It's been wonderful. It's been amazing. You have done so much for my confidence, for my self-esteem. And I know I've never met people that I talk to online, but it's funny, I feel like I've made so many nice, lovely friends online. I probably talk to more than I would talk to an awful lot of even my own extended family. Sorry, I can hear the dog outside the door. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful. So I will talk to you tomorrow on our trip to Galway with Mummy in the car, and we will bring you along on that. Take care of yourselves, guys, and each other.